just pulled up to the house and there's already a shooter right here. That's a good sign. All these deer have been filtering out right here, right by the house. Last night when we pulled in, there was probably like a 140-inch deer right out here out front. And we're gonna hang this tree stand probably like 70 yards from the house. I spotted some deer coming off the alfalfa. There was a buck with some does, but we're gonna go down there and get a closer look, try and find him in there. Oh, there he is. There he is. We found the 3x4. He was headed right and we lost him behind a hill, so we're gonna head that way and try and get closer and find him. He's got the perfect setup for himself, not for us. We're gonna sneak in there and see it, you know, how close we can get. It's gonna be tough. He's up, he's up, he's up. Oh man, I was just about to let it go. Got our routine down now. Muleys in the morning, whitetails in the afternoon. Same stand, same setup right here by the house. It's really just seems like the only spot where they're truly narrowed down and patternable. It's a giant alfalfa field, but this is like the only spot where they're really like pinched down for whatever reason. Between the house and the gravel road. So, hunting the whitetails again. Had a close call with mule deer. Tag's good for either or. Hopefully we have a big whitetail come in tonight. There's a shooter out the field. How do you get past it? We're gonna kill him. We gotta figure out how we're gonna kill him. I'm not going back in the driveway. I'm just gonna go down here and turn around.
What just happened?
Just saw him. So we're scouting from the road this morning before we go look for mule deer, and we just saw the buck from last night. Just driving by, I didn't stop. He looked at us and I kind of slowed down, and then he started trotting, so we just kept going. But he's headed back to bed. That's a great sign. It means he's going to come back through tonight, I would think. We got to come up with a game plan though, because the wind's straight out of the east. Last night it was west, so it's a 180-degree difference. So we're gonna have to hunt on the other side of the draw, close to the road. Just gonna have to figure out how to do that. But we'll figure that out midday. For now, we're gonna go after the mule deer. Going to hang a stand. It's going to be an interesting one. We're making a move on the buck from last night that we saw at last light. Saw him at very last light, and we did see him this morning as well. But he's an awesome buck, and we're hoping we're going to be on his trail that goes to this little pond. He crossed in front of us last night within probably 100, 150 yards. We just couldn't see him where we were at. So Tonight, or this evening, we should be right on the X if he does the same thing. Regardless, we should be able to see him if he crosses and get an idea of exactly what trail he's taking. It turned out a lot better than I thought it would. It's gonna be a fun night. We had a doe come walking up here to about 35 while we were hanging it. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Pretty crazy. I think it should be fun. We'll be back here in 2 hours. We're set. These clouds are rolling in. Deer moving. We already had one doe come back behind us, which is what I didn't want and I was kind of nervous about, but she didn't get our wind. She kind of stopped and then she kept on going. Went out there to join the rest of the does that are out there already, but this is cool. Really cool setup. Usually we don't set up, Chandler and I, we don't set up in separate trees, but that was our only option here. These are the only trees here really that would work. There's one dead looking elm here that didn't seem safe, and these 2 trees basically, and I was able to get one stand in this tree and one in his. So we're set up waiting on this buck. He's an awesome looking deer. Saw him last night and this morning. Cool buck, not only for the state of Nebraska but really anywhere in the Midwest, and he should be headed this way soon. Driving across the field. He's literally cleared the whole field. Everything was going as planned. All the deer were coming out. All the bucks we saw last night, before we saw the big deer, the shooter, come out, had all worked their way into the field. And then the horses have been out of their pen for a couple days now, out on the alfalfa. Apparently the rancher just figured that out. Because he came to wrangle them. He drove through the entire field and ran. All but I see 2 left out there. Every other deer's gone. Yelling, screaming, revving his truck. So, I don't know. We still have some time left. It still could happen, but that's not helping our odds. Welcome to Kodiak, Alaska, where it's foggy and rainy all day, every day. No. The front hit and it is pretty nasty weather. And unfortunately, we don't have a stand that would work really anywhere on this place. There's not even a tree that would really work for that matter. The northeast wind, just the way where the whitetails are, where it all sets up, there's just, the wind would be in their favor no matter what, so we can't hunt anyways. I guess it's kind of a blessing and a curse in the same time, but we're gonna go around and set up in the truck by some hay bales where we can see the field. There's some hay bales that we could sneak down to that kind of pinch down close to where he's been coming out. I'm not sure if we'd be able to get a shot at maybe a long shot or not, but It might be an option, so I've got my bow in the back if we see them coming and we can sneak down the hay bales and get a shot, but I don't know. Might be more of a scouting mission more than anything. We're just sitting up here by these bales. The wind's going like that. I mean, there's just no way we can hunt. So we're sitting here scouting, and what do you know? The buck we saw the first night when we got here, he just walked out, and where he came from, he had to come through and pass by the stand that we've hunted the most, not the stand that we just hung yesterday, but the other stand. He had to have walked right past it, but I mean, there's absolutely no way we could have hunted it. Our wind would have been blowing straight into his face. Just no way around it. It's a good sign. It's a good sign to see him. It's just a little frustrating. Wish we were in there. He just stepped out. Came out right by our other stand, just like the other buck. So both shooters went by our other stand tonight, which is a good sign. I'm not complaining about that. That's a good sign. So, pretty pumped. We just need him to do that while we're there, and we'll be in there tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Staying warm. Our little heater. That's all we have. And the blizzard hit. It's crazy. It's blowing like 35 miles an hour outside. Hopefully this wind lets up at some point today.
Update. Still blowing like crazy. The sun's out a little bit though.
Yep, still the same. Not coffee though.
That's right. This stuff right here makes every day better, no matter what. Right, Shawn?
That's exactly right. Changed my feelings 100%.
What you playing?
Just playing some Mario Kart, sitting here in bed. Not much else to do when you don't have much service or anything like that. Don't have Wi-Fi. Just we're not in a tent, so we're definitely a step above that. But you know, these walls are solid. That's what matters.
Apparently, mid-October in Nebraska is like December or January in Missouri. We got some snow last night, straight up blizzard. It was like 25 degrees this morning, 35-mile-per-hour wind chill of 7 degrees. Had a couple inches of snow, but it's starting to melt off. It's wild. We were sweating a couple days ago, but after last night's scout, feeling pretty confident about where we're sitting tonight. This is where we've been. I think we've set this tree stand 3 times now, maybe. And last night we watched from up on the hill. Both shooter bucks walked out of here. So they had to have walked, I would think, within range of this stand. You couldn't see them when they were in the woods, but they came out right here, so feeling confident. It's I don't even remember what day it is for us being in Nebraska, but we've been here a while. It'd be nice to get a shot at one. way. It's probably at like 50 yards. There he is right there, in the back over there. Got him. What? I can't hear you. Oh. Oh, here he is. This is him right here. Yeah, he's right down here. There's does right below us. He's working that scrape. No shot. We didn't trim a lane. Right there in the middle. There was a lane over here. And when he crossed through this lane on my left, he was below the levee, the grass in the way. When he crossed through here, there was one little tiny hole maybe that he walked through, but I wouldn't have been able to stop him for one. Two, there's a limb going right through the middle of it. He's still milling around up there, and there's a chance that maybe he'll come back. Some of the deer have been feeding him and coming back in the woods, but dang it. He was probably at about 45. So close.
So you guys are moving these cows back?
We're gonna move these all in, and then we're gonna take the calves off, and then there's someone from.
They're moving cows today, so it's changing things already because of all the commotion, and thankfully we were able to watch the muleys go off the alfalfa before sunrise. We saw the big 4x4 that we were after the very first day, or that we had the encounter with. We didn't realize we were fully after him, but we just saw him go off the alfalfa the opposite direction from which way they've been typically going. So it's obviously affecting the deer, but we know where he's going, so general area. So I'm gonna try to get in there and find him, at least on his feet before he beds.
if we were just one ravine over, one little cut over, we would have had a shot. But we didn't know they were going to get up and feed this way. And they were bedded way over there. We were just getting ready to walk into the woods right now, and I'm getting ready to walk into the woods, and I look in the field, and he's standing out there right now. He's going quick. There he goes, right there. You won't see him. He's behind all this stuff now. The story just keeps getting crazier. This morning we had another close call. Last night we had a close call right here in the stand. Getting ready to walk out 3.5 hours before dark. Look out in the field from the house before we walk out. And one of the shooters is already out there in the field. Broad daylight, like warm day. But he just started heading back in here. And we saw him go around up here and go back in. These deer ought to head back out. They've been moving cows and weaning calves all day, so there's a bunch of commotion back here behind us. Been hearing cows all night, but I think the deer will still filter right through here. So, unbelievable. Hopefully we get a shot tonight. There he is. There he goes. Straight up there on the hill going across. We are set up a little further in this afternoon. We moved stands middle of the day. And we're right on the funnel. Like, I didn't realize this. We thought it was a road or a levee. Not really sure what it is or was, but this almost looks like it was an old lagoon in here. And this little peninsula of land ends right here, and the deer funnel right through here. It's like a little valley, and then they go up the hill here and go into the alfalfa. This is exactly where he was at 2 nights ago. Buck swoop. And then the other buck, it's a 9-point. He took that last night up across that hill. So, I mean, we are right in here. It should be good. Just hoping we can get a shot. We've been here for a long time, hoping it all pays off. They went right through where the bucks are. We're screwed, man. We seriously should just back it up and go home now. There goes more cows. We're on I think day 12 of hunting Nebraska. And I was pretty excited. We were both pretty excited about where we're hunting at. Moved the stand. Perfect setup, we thought. We're in like a 15-acre piece of timber. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty open out here in this country. We're in a little 15-acre piece of timber where all these whitetails have been filtering through. And this is basically the only place on this entire ranch where there's no cows. Until now. Now there's cows in here and the whitetails are freaking out, running everywhere, so I think that may have put a damper on this whole thing, but not much we can do about it. It's super frustrating. On the road. Yeah. That's right where I stand. He's getting our wind, isn't he? Yes! Fell over right there. He only went like 15, 20 yards and fell over. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. I'm finally dead. Thanks for sticking with me, dude. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's a true team effort. Thank God for Chandler. It's unbelievable. I mean, we've been hunting in Nebraska for 12 days. 12 days. And usually it doesn't take that long. We've had some close calls, close call after close call after close call. And finally it happened, finally. We've been hunting mule deer. It's been a blast. There's been plenty of downtime where, I get discouraged. We both get discouraged. We had cows come in here. Haven't been cows in here at all, ever, I don't think. The pasture's tall. And I think the ranchers, while they're moving calves and stuff, separating calves, some cows got in here. There's like a dozen of them that went through here that stirred the deer up. Thought the whole thing was over. I was pretty well close to ready to pack it up and head home. And buck appeared downwind. They're all straight downwind. Laid down and then came in. I shot him at, I don't even know what the pin went off of there, but I bet I shot him at like 12 yards. Double lunged him, passed through, just laying dead right there. Wow. Finally. All right, let's go get him. This thing buried in the dirt. Oh my gosh. Look at her stand. Just this little toothpick tree. It's awesome. Thought I already saw blood. Yeah, there's some blood. There's blood all over right here. All through here. There's blood. Here he is right here. Yes! Yes! This is actually my first Nebraska whitetail. I've never killed one in Nebraska. What a cool buck. Cool hunt. Super ironic too that like we pulled into this place, I don't know, a little over a week ago, and this was the buck that we saw out in the field. And didn't know this would be the one we would kill, but when we saw him out there, I was like, oh, there's a shooter right there. I'm pretty sure I'd kill him if I had the opportunity. Sure enough, this is how it ended, and I truly thought this hunt was over like, I don't know, about an hour ago, because the cows got let in here. It goes to show, don't ever give up, even to the last minute. Like, we were gonna hunt through tomorrow and then call it quits, and through all the close calls we had, I'll be honest, I had my doubts. I thought this hunt was maybe not gonna come together, but it's like, man, just follow it through till the end and it can happen. It's literally never over until it's actually over. And it's over now, and I'm glad it's over and it happened this way. So, such a cool hunt. I can't thank Cody with Heartland Pride Outfitters. We've been hunting with him for a few years now. I've actually never killed a buck with him. Had some bad luck with him, tough close calls and stuff like that, but never gotten one killed with him. And he kind of lets us have free reign of some of these places that he has, and lets us kind of do our own stuff. And gives us some insight, but pretty much we go in and hunt these properties with very little info and intel, and get to kind of treat it like it's our own, and I appreciate it, man. It's been fun. He's got a cool operation, and glad I could finally get it done with him.
What are those?
Peanut M&Ms.
Snacks for Brax.
Look at that one.
Double, that's good luck.
What's going on, Chandler?
The bug apocalypse, I think.
Chandler.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's bulking season, time to get fat.